and kick things off. I'm Catherine Prigge, Marketing Manager for Cintrifuse. Thrilled to welcome Reagan here to walk us through the orientation of GAN and how Cintrifuse members can take advantage of, the thousands of dollars of resources and services available through GAN. So go ahead.
Yeah. Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Reagan Smith. I work for Global Accelerator Network, but we encompass more than just accelerators. We also work with startup studios, corporate partners, and now we're starting to work with these entrepreneurial hubs like a Cintrifuse that is kind of all-encompassing of working with founders to having fun, to programming, to resources for the community. So we're really excited to start working with you all, and I'm looking forward to walking you through the platform today. So whoever does miss this meeting and can watch the recording or has any questions, you can always let me know, and I'll be talking for a good chunk of the time. So if you want to know anything or have any questions, please come off mute and ask me at any point. But just to give you a little bit of a background, basically being part of GAN, have access to a ton of resources to grow your company, including perks and mentor opportunities, and just different connections with corporations or soft landing spots you can work out of. So this is basically, it's going to be a big, I'll walk you through the platform that will kind of describe everything. But to give you some background of who we are as well, in 2010, we were founded by Techstars with Brad Feld and David Cohen, and GAN was launched to align the accelerator industry originally. And then in 2014, GAN became its independent owned and operated company and organization. Now we have around 105 accelerators in our community. We're running 121 plus cities around the world. We have about 36 startup studios, and now we're working with corporates and GAN Ventures, which is our venture arm that invests in startups. If anyone feels comfortable, I'd love to just get your name really quickly and hear what you're building, and if there's anything that you're looking for today, like anything with your company that you're like, oh wow, I really need help with this right now. So Bill, since you're right at the top of my screen, I'm going to call you first.
And I hope you like my Teletubbies background today.
I love it.
It's starting Fridays with an optimistic outlook, and wearing my Startup Cincy t-shirt. I'm Bill Tucker. I'm Executive Director for Flywheel Social Enterprise Hub. We are one of the many entrepreneurial support organizations known as ESOs in the greater Cincinnati region. We house our offices in our desks, if you will, inside the Cintrifuse workspace at Union Hall here in Cincinnati. We support entrepreneurs who have both a profit motivation and a purpose motivation. So we support a lot of early stage companies built around all different types of social impact. We run an accelerator called Elevate. We're running an accelerator right now called Elevate Equity, focused on founders that are diverse founders or work in social impact areas that affect or impact diverse populations. We also run an accelerator called Sustainable Cincy, which is focused around sustainability, and then kind of a general purpose accelerator called Elevator. But that's our work, is elevating companies. We're not supporting what we typically referred to as lifestyle businesses. These are growable, these are scalable, growth-oriented companies, but they're really focused on impact as their primary purpose for being. That's why I'm here, is to learn more about GAN.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. And then Jeremy, you're next on my screen.
Hello, Jeremy Berger for Berger Consulting. Mine is a boutique IT consulting firm that focuses on hardware and software asset management. We're a boutique of one and hoping to find new strategies to market and promote and grow. So awesome. Just put the last signature on the, the book cover. So everything is in line for a book to be coming out here in the middle of March. So
Awesome.
have the consulting firm, and looking for ways to break into C-suite, sell our services, and grow the company.
Great. Thanks so much. And then let's see, Aid. I hope I'm saying your name right, but you're next to my screen if you will come off.
That's all right.
Did I say it right?
Ade, but
Ade, I'm sorry. No one ever says my name right, Ade, so I'm there with you.
That's all right. So I run an independent design studio, really focusing on augmented reality and smart products. Done a couple of projects, looking to see if there's an opportunity maybe to expand that. And at the same time, also exploring some product ideas around smart home and smart living. So that's how I've been a member of Cintrifuse for about a month now.
Amazing. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. And then Paul's next on my screen.
All right. My name is Paul Dittman, so I'm with OcuCell. Hayden Rivashul has been a member of Cintrifuse for a while. I'm the finance lead for our software. So it's a real estate property technology software or CRM that we're building. We're in the very early stages, as in we're about to go to market here in the next month or two with our beta version. So seeing what GAN has to offer as we build or need resources, whether it's software or technology or resources, just looking to sit in and understand what's available, what's out there as we kind of get ramped up and get started.
Great. Thanks so much, Paul. And then I have Richard. Okay, we'll move to Tyrone. If either of you to come off mute, no worries if not.
Hi, my name is Tyrone Gore. Company's called Slam Mail. I'm developing a mobile app to help sports fans increase fan engagement with leagues, sports bars, and events. I've been around Cintrifuse for a couple of years now, so I'm putting everything together. I'm actually in Founders Institute right now, going through some things. So I'm looking for that those edges that we get and perks. So hopefully we'll make it through that.
Great. Thanks so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Thank you all for just, introducing. It's really nice for me when I'm talking with founders just to get a sense of who they are and what they're working on, and hoping that some of the resources I have to share with you all today are beneficial for your companies. So with that, let me go find, okay. All right, this is GAN Insight. Can everyone see this? So, great. So this is, this is the platform that you all get access to. After this call, I will send a link to Catherine and she will send it out to all of you, and then you can go and enter your information and I'll get an update and create an account for each of you so you can go and explore this platform on your own after this. And I'll just give a brief overview today, and then you can check it out yourself. But the first place I'm going to show you is Perks, which is where a lot of founders find most benefit out of. And I think this is it's a really great place if you are looking to implement a system, or you're using a CRM, or you're trying to build out processes for your business. We have a ton of perks, and you're going to see two little tabs here, hot and new. Hot just means that it's widely used, and it's a great way to look at what are founders using all the time, what are they redeeming. And when you press redeem this perk, it will send an email to the perk provider. So Brex is a credit card for startups. And our Brex partner will then be able to give you the discount. New just means that it's put on the platform recently. And then there's one other that's alumni. You all will essentially like be alumni now of GAN, and that's if you build a company and you want to provide a discount to the rest of the community, we can put your company on here as well. So a great way to look through this is using the categories. So yeah, if you're looking to put a CRM platform into your company, you can find all of these here. Fundraising, content, HR, everything is in here. You can also filter by the keyword. And so, yeah, one perk that I didn't expect to be super widely used, but has been, is like UPS. So a lot of people who are in e-commerce are shipping stuff. I'm not sure why that come up, but that, here we go. But a ton of founders use that, or there's like Microsoft for startups. So a lot of our corporate partnerships are now providing discounts for support for startups. So this is just a great place to go and look and see. There's up to $1 million worth of perks in here. So I just highly recommend going through this, talking with your team, seeing what you're using already. I use Airtable in my everyday life at work, and that's been a great perk to have an upgrade in their services as well. So just things like that are really, really helpful as you build out your business. The next thing I will point you to is our directory. This is going to be a list of everyone that is in the GAN community. So again, this is accelerators, startup studios, corporate partners, all of that. You're going to see GSSN is our global startup studio network. So that's the startup studio. You're also going to see their location, focus vertical. Why I like to point founders here is because sometimes you are building a company that you want to expand to another city or maybe globally, and this is a great place to start to understand, okay, if I want to build in Denver, Colorado, or in Rotterdam, or in Dubai, what is the startup ecosystem like there? What does the marketplace look like? Everyone on this directory are going to be leaders within their city, the same as Cintrifuse is in Cincinnati. So really great people to connect with. Also, if you have a focus vertical and you're like, I'd love to talk to an accelerator or other people or founders maybe who have worked in this vertical, it's great to search by focus vertical and just connect with people that might be able to, give you more intel on what they're learning or what they're seeing with their founders as well. Again, you can, let's see, press request exchange right here. That will send an email to us that says, so-and-so wants to connect with Alpha Lab in Pittsburgh. And it's really great for us to know why you're hoping to connect with them so that we can then make the double intro to that organization. Any questions on perks or directory yet? Awesome. The next thing I'm going to show you is resources.
Oh,
So,
one quick question.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I had the focus on the wrong thing. If we are providing a service that other startup companies might be able to benefit from, is there a way to get us listed on the Exchange directory?
Yeah. Yes, there is. That's an interesting point. I would say, because like Cintrifuse is on here as their own, but I'd be curious to know, like, if you yourself, that's a good question. I'll have to ask my team. We haven't put a founder specifically on the directory, but I would be curious to know if we'd necessarily put you like on perks where you're providing like a service through the perks platform versus the directory. But I will link you up. We have someone on our team who's in charge of our founder community, and he'd be a great person to talk with about that. So I'll connect you to after this meeting.
Excellent, thank you.
Yep. All right, and then over to resources. So this top section is mainly for accelerators, which also just means these are leaders of organizations but we have a bottom part that's for startups. There is one resource I want to point out here called Mentor Match. We have a huge database of mentors that we love to connect founders to. And we know places like Cintrifuse and in your local ecosystem, you might have a lot of connections like that. But if you're ever wanting to, find someone who's maybe worked in the industry or maybe is like building a similar product or has already had experience in that, you can fill out a mentor match application, and then we go and find someone within our database to connect you with. So that is also always there for you, for all of you. And with that, there's mentor calls. So something we do a lot at GAN, especially now virtually, is host a ton of just calls and have experts from the startup world come in and speak on certain topics for all of our leaders. And we record each of these. So if you're ever wanting to just dig in and find, the tags are very useful, but like, what has GAN already provided for startups, or what have they been talking about? This is a great place to go and just, it's almost like listening to a podcast, but these are all curated. We put these events on virtually and have done a ton over COVID because we can't do any in-person stuff. So this is a great place to go and check out, what we've done in the past as well. The next is Exchange. This correlates actually with the directory before COVID and hopefully after. This is a great thing for Cintrifuse to participate in as well, but it's a soft landing place for you to go and work out of. So if you were traveling to another city, you could exchange and ask to go work in someone's space. It's also right now it just looks like exchanging like, oh, I really want to talk to this member in Paris. But if you were traveling and wanted to work out of someone's space, normally our members are very open to that. And that's one of my favorite parts about working where I work, is we have a lot of founders and people come into Denver and work out of our co-working space as well. It's fun to meet other people. This is GAN HR. We have just, heard a ton of feedback from founders that as they're building out their companies, they're looking for HR resources. So anything from payroll to recruiting, health benefits, these again are discounts for you to set up HR within your company, whether it's for yourself or for employees as you hire on and build. We personally use Gusto at GAN. It used to be I guess it might still be a Denver startup, but they are awesome. We've loved using them. They've grown a ton and they are really focused on smaller businesses. So we've just had a really great experience with them. The next is founder wellness resources. So something that we found within the GAN community is that, there's a lot of mental health battles being a founder, and there's a lot of, just stigma to hustle and leads to burnout. And we're just hoping to really care for founders and even staff of organizations like Cintrifuse to really care for themselves holistically. So this is confidential counseling services. Your first counseling service is free, and then it's 50% off after that. This is essentially just like, if you want to talk to someone, you shoot them in this, you basically will click on this, it'll shoot them an email and they'll connect you with someone. But this is always here from you. Founder Wellness Pact was something that we asked all of our organizations to abide by, just to make sure that they were also caring for their founders in a healthy way. I always talk so much on these calls because there's a lot to run through, but if there's any questions, please let me know. Okay, the next is Corporate Connect. You can view our corporate partners here. I know that this is a big thing at Cintrifuse as well. You all have a lot of corporates in your area, but this is a list of the corporates that we're connected with who are kind of actively seeking to work with founders. So what that might look like is if you're building a product that actually might be super useful for a corporate, they all are starting to have their own innovation offices, but often they can't build fast enough. So it's really great for them to go out and seek founders who are already building products and use them and work with them. So this is a lot of the reason why we connect founders with corporates. You can check out our list here and even focus in vertical. The engagement type is just like, okay, who's the contact there and what are they looking to do with founders? And then you can request introductions to these corporates.
Now, when it comes to corporate connects, this is for their purpose, their work purpose, or are they also looking for service support within their organization?
Possibly and or. They're also, like, if you see here mentoring, they will not just connect for their business purpose, but sometimes it's understanding how their corporate can be useful to startups too. I'm not quite sure about like what it would look like for them to need services, but that could be the case. I think that it depends on the corporate. All of their innovation offices work very differently. But most of the corporates we're working with come to us saying like, we actively want to work with founders.
Excellent, thank you.
Yes. Great. And then the last thing I will share on here is GAN Ventures. So this is our venture arm. If you are ready to fundraise and you're looking for, your like pre-seed, seed A investment round, this is a really great place to start. Patrick Riley, who's our CEO, and his partner of the firm, Riley Flynn, they run this investment arm. These are kind of the top 3 qualities that they're looking for. They're really looking for founders who are passionate and mission driven. So even for you, Bill, like maybe some of the founders you work with, this would be a great place to point them to, because the venture really does care about mission driven businesses. Self-aware founders, and also just like, are you solving for an actual real problem in the world? And so you can invest, there's an investment application. It's just like a standard application that will then give a background to Pat and Riley, and they'll reach out to you to have, a first introduction conversation. This is also a great place if you are getting ready to fundraise and maybe you're not quite ready, but you want to practice pitching or you want to talk to some investors. This is a really great place to start and to come for like almost mentoring. Pat will do like 15 to 20-minute sessions where he just talks with founders to help them think through their ideas or have them pitch. So if that's ever of interest to you, super friendly, fun guys that will happily talk with you. Okay, the last thing, I didn't come over here. This is events. This is for organizations like a Cintrifuse. If you have an event that you want to upload, this is where you would go and do that. Founders I don't believe when I set up your account, you'll have access to see all the events, but actually let me click on it really quickly so you can see it. But this is where organizations can upload what's going on in their organization. So even if you as a founder know someone who is looking to join an accelerator or wanting to attend other startup events in the ecosystem, this is a great place to go and look. So for example, Blue Startups, they're an accelerator within GAN. They have this huge conference. Usually it's in Hawaii every year. This year it's virtual, but a really great conference to attend just to learn more. So that is Insight. It's a lot to intake. I'm sorry that this call is often just me talking and running through everything quickly, but it's a great run through so that you can then get your account and go and check it out yourself. But does anyone have any questions? I'm glad this is being recorded in case you need to go back through or want to show a team member. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Reagan. That was absolutely awesome. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Bill, as well. I appreciate the education component as well. So there's a great program that we're attending, which is the corporate partnerships, and how to figure out this element of corporate partnership. So yeah, there's some really great stuff going on. Thank you for a comprehensive review. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining today. Great. Well, I told Catherine that, yeah, this really, we only need 30 minutes to go through this. So I appreciate everyone's time today, and I'm excited for you all to be a part of the GAN community. It's not just you being part of Cintrifuse, but like you're now part of something so much bigger and have connections all around the world. So I hope that you all are able to use some of the perks and just utilize, our directory and resources of really human capital that is super, super powerful.